Yeah, there's supposed to be a YouTube video here.
Yeah. Something needs to go wrong in the presentation always. Okay.
If you double click,
Mm-mm.
no?
Okay. Let's do it by the long one.
I think it was the top one there.
What?
Go back to Chrome. I think it's the very top one, yeah?
That's it. For first example of face recognizing. Next one. Anyone here remember the Transformers?
Incoming transmission from Autobot headquarters. This is Optimus Prime. Do you read me?
Oh, come on. Start again.
Probably bandwidth thing.
Has the network been really slow for you the last week or week and a half?
No. And this room also. This building.
Don't worry, anything, it's a lot. Anything must be wrong in the presentation. Again.
Incoming transmission from Autobot headquarters. This is Optimus Prime. Do you read me? We cannot win this war without your help. Megatron must be stopped. Soundwave is attempting to jam the signal. Answer before it's too late.
Yeah, that's it. Next one. Again. It's an iPhone application. That's one of my favorites. one, but I also like it. That one. Supposed to be more funny.
So have you seen these helicopters you can fly with your iPhone?
No one here?
Yes.
Your iPhone is the controller and
Your iPhone or your iPad or your iPod Touch is the controller of an airplane, just like this size. And it works with augmented reality also. Because you must put some stickers in the side of the airplane so you can control it. And you can also play with a friend as a battle. So you see in your device the lasers going, your obstacles and so on. And if you lose, the airplane will turn around until the floor.
yeah, the planes all have a camera on the front of them.
Yes,
Two.
actually 4 different
Four
cameras.
cameras.
One of one wing.
Okay. Go ahead and start. I think it's okay. So these stickers are like the markers.
Look, the vision of the view of the device. You can hide your airplane without your friend see. It's just like a war game. Look. That's it.
Can we order some of those for the power plant?
Absolutely.
The Google goggles. Does anyone ever try it? Google goggles is for Android phones and other devices. It recognizes some symbols. Oops. And will take you with more information about that symbol that you look at for. It's a very long video, but I'd like to show you some parts of it. We must take the shortest one. This one. This application search for information about any logo that trade makers logos and some objects and some incorporations and so on. But it's not very useful with animals, with person, or something like that.
Hi, I'm Shailesh, and I'm a product manager at Google. I want to tell you about an interesting experiment we're running with Google Goggles. Goggles is a product that allows users to do a visual search. It works like this. A user takes a photo of an object, and using Google's image recognition technology, Google returns relevant search results. Every day, people are goggling all sorts of things, including ads. This caught our attention. What if marketers could connect the consumer's offline experience to an immersive digital experience on their mobile device? To learn more about how this might work, we've engaged in this experiment with 5 pioneering advertisers: T-Mobile, Diageo, Buick, Disney, and Delta.
Google Goggles is a great way for us to combine a lot of elements that we know our consumers want. They're on the go, they want information, they may want recipes, they may want offers. We want to be able to provide that for them wherever they may need it.
Here's an example of a goggles-enabled print ad for Buick. The consumer launches goggles on their phone, photographs the ads, and Goggles takes the consumer to the relevant content on Buick's mobile site.
Our overall objectives for this are pretty simple. We want to create a more rich experience for consumers. So when they come to a print ad that's enabled with Google Goggles, it gives them the opportunity to then get a deeper, richer experience they can buy on.
One of the biggest benefits of the Google Goggles advertising campaign is that the consumer can choose when they want to go and have this deep experience.
Goggles gives us a great opportunity to do task at scale in a really effective way.
We know that mobile is the one common tool that everybody has with them, whether it's in their hands, on their nightstands, or in their back pocket.
More and more, users are conducting visual searches to explore the world around them. We're looking forward to learning about how we might deliver the most meaningful and relevant visual search results.
Okay, that's it. Google Goggles.
Well, it'll also do like famous buildings too, right? Like you take a picture of the Eiffel Tower
Yeah.
or something like that.
Mhm.
and it'll-
Okay, next one and the greatest one, ladies and gentlemen, we have a Kinect right here. So let's play with it.
Yeah.
Great, good job.
If anyone here
I'll set
wants
this
to
up and keep on the card.
make some jam, that's the time.
Who's played the Kinect before? Seth is the only one?
Must take a more loud.
Here. Really? Only one person's played in the Kinect? Who wants to try?
Okay.
You already came up, Tyler.
Big surprise. Good try.
I'll try anything less.
I'll do it. Just. That sounds cool.
So let's try to get it right.
All right.
Let's do it.
Get out of
So
the way.
what's your name?
Keith.
Keith.
Let's put this back.
Can you give me a voice, please?
Yeah.
We better clear the area. This might get dangerous, right?
Actually, you're just about the right distance away from it.
Clear your area.
Do you know space?
Yeah.
Okay.
it's asking, let's see how much room you have, if you can't read it in the back. And there's a camera we've got attached down here. So,
Here we are.
to see, you can see where they are, it's tracking them.
There. Got it.
Alright. Check. What are we doing?
You're just configuring it now.
But what are we going to be doing?
Oh, you'll see in a minute.
You're gonna be boxing it.
Boxing.
Hold out your left arm.
Karate, but she's really good.
Karate. And she has a black belt.
Connect adventure.
What?
Red player.
Oh, wait.
Keith's having too much fun.
The red player is in
Right players in
control,
control. So just put your hand over that and hold it there.
Pete wants to play with the title page.
Adventures.
Wow. Are we recording this?
No.
Alright.
Got our start back in 1921. We'll still be seeking out cool new challenges in 2921.
Our most experienced and skilled members bring back living statues, miracles of modern science.
And miracles of goofing off.
Those brave souls are known as expert adventurers. So, welcome to the adventure team. Feel free to recruit your friends.
Let them know. Won't be spending much time on the couch.
I think, okay.
Just wait.
He's in control of the menu.
Can I do this? Wow. Is that bad?
I'll start again.
Alright. Sorry.
Don't worry.
Sorry.
Okay. Hold on.
Better than you be in control. Just stand like this.
Yep, there you
Oh. Okay.
I don't know why it keeps leaving.
I think it's okay. Signal.
Oh, if you want to control, move forward.
You were.
But I think the person standing closer is the one in control.
Okay.
Left player
That's me.
is in control.
Let's do this.
Really ball. So, we will have the balls just like that.
It's self-explanatory. Good. You can skip the directions. He'll figure it out.
Wow.
Just
Alright.
don't let the ball get past you. Bounce it back at the blocks.
Don't hit each other.
Yeah, and don't hit each other.
Ready?
Yeah, yes.
So, here we are. Ready the ball?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, you let one go.
Oops. Come on, your turn.
Okay, hit the ball.
Is this like handball?
Yeah. You're just trying to knock down all those boxes in the back.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. We can't hit each other? Or
Your
we
turn.
can? Yeah.
Yeah.
I hit that with my body.
Yeah, that's fine. We can do that.
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh.
Wow.
Do we win?
Yeah, in fact, you had 9 seconds to speak. Woohoo!
Don't get cocky.
Oh,
Yeah.
your turn.
You got it.
Whoops.
Ah.
Oh.
gonna say, if you're not watching the screen, it looks like some kind of funky dance.
Yeah.
Turn on some music.
They both happen to do things at the same time.
On some of the other games, there's a camera that comes out and takes pictures of you periodically, and at the end, when you beat the level, it shows you jumping and doing all these crazy things. It's pretty awesome.
Do I just have to get in the way?
Yeah, you just have to get in the way of it, so it'll bounce.
Wow, jumping through the way.
So it'll bounce back. Well, 37 seconds.
We're pretty awesome at this game and stuff. If we get any better, then we're gonna have to change the game.
So there's only 3 levels, so.
Oh.
So that's it.
Yes! You can take pictures of the guys.
Good one.
Alright. And then took our picture, that's great. Okay.
So that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Woo! What is Jim with it? Okay. So next one. I've showed you a lot of different kinds of augmented reality, and now I ask you, how you think that it works?
Feedback loops.
Come on.
The feedback loops, like it reads your, what you're doing, and then like it picks up some signal.
I think it just differentiates pixels. So when you use the marker, it differentiates the white and the black pixels, and then that allows for the movement. This is just some kind of computer-generated image, 3D image.
Compared to the marker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the marker is the controller. With the Kinect, I'm not too sure, to be honest. I don't know how this affects the machine.
Magic.
Don't think so. There is no badge. Okay, anyone else? No? So, I will show you now how each of them works, right? So, every type of augmented reality works in different ways, just like a printed marker, just like your face recognizing, just like other things, right? But they have also same essence. What's the secret behind it? Ladies and gentlemen, the code. What is a code? What's a code? Anyone?
Zeros and ones.
More complex than binary.
It's an interfacing language between user inputs and computer processing.
That's it. Wow.
Play
So-
Kinect and you get some money. Program. It's the answers right.
Okay, so let's see. Which are the ingredients for make paper marker works with augmented reality? For this, take note. You must have a marker. Sure. You must have Paper Vision 3D. What's this? It's a kind of a lot of tools that is it's responsible to the three-dimensional effects, the physical one. So if you want to crash something, or if you want to, I don't know, have the dip and so on, you must use this library. All right. Next, Actor 3D. This is the cuisine, the cooking. So you will be able to put all of this together with the accent script, and so it will work, right? And finally, a toolkit. A toolkit is just like the objects that you will make, just like a cake. What do you need to make a cake?
Eggs.
Eggs. What more?
Flour.
Flour.
A pan.
Chocolate.
Butter.
Pancake without chocolate.
And so on. The bowl, the spoon, the oven, and so on, right? There are 3 different and main toolkits available to us right now. There's a lot of one, but I like these three. The AR toolkit, Floor toolkit, and Floor manager. AR toolkit was the very first toolkit used to make augmented reality examples, and it's developed with C. It's the very more or less language now. Does anyone here ever tried C programming? Okay, of course. Floor toolkit works with Flash. It's a toolkit that takes the mix, actually, the AR toolkit and the Flash, sorry. And finally, Floor Manager. It's also works with Flash, but it enables you to use more than one marker at the same time. I think you noticed that we use just one marker in every kind, except by the Connect, of course. So, face recognizing is a little bit more complicated. Why?
Not two faces. Well, faces don't all really look. Well, they do. They look the same, but they don't at the same time.
Yeah.
Most people have two eyes and a nose, and just.
And faces aren't black and white or two-dimensional. Faces are three-dimensional in color with shadow and lighting and all that stuff.
That's the problem. We have used printed markers in black and white. So, how it works with when the marker is your face? Well, I think everybody here ever studied biology, right? At least at school. And humans have a symmetrical body, just like, I don't know, it's very symmetrical. And your eyes are symmetrical, your mouth is symmetrical in front of your eyes, in nose, and so on. Those who draw faces and so on must know what I'm talking about. I draw some, just a little bit, but I know that's important to make a very funny draw. So, what's the trick of the computer? It's a programming that calculates your face, just like take a picture, calculates the symmetry of your mouth, of your nose, of your eyes, and put it on, how can I say, just like a paper on the computer. Alright, so it's just like he draws your face in a two-dimensional drawing and put it on a computer, and so it works with augmented reality. So, for face recognizing, we must have a program that calculates just your face symmetry, right? It's not too simple to build. It's usually C programming or Java programming, and must take access with your webcam before the application of before your application of augmented reality works. This plugin that don't be able to my machine, or it's usually a Java plugin, but unfortunately it's not too simple to build, because it must work in different operational systems, and so that's why on my machine it didn't work, because mine is 7 and they didn't allow it to use Windows 7. So we saw iPhone and Android applications. It works in a little bit different way, because they work in SDK development. SDK means software development kit. Just like a toolkit that you use, but it's just is very, how can I say, it works just on device, phone device, just in phone operational systems like Android and iPhone, and some devices just like iPad and iPod Touch and so on, right? So there's a difference because for Android it must be the SDK for Android and just for Android. There are different tools that you can work with it, and for iPhone that's a special one called iOS SDK. So the very funnest one, how the Kinect works. Anyone knows how it works?
It shines a light out at you, doesn't it? And then it sees the reflection from you.
Yes, very right. It has the Kinect has 3 different cameras. One that emits UV light because our body reflects the light. It's not the primary lighting, right? The other one capture your depth on on your room, because here we have tables, we have chairs, we have a lot of different people, so how can it be organized? Do you agree? And the last one is just a webcam, a normal webcam. The Kinect does not work just with augmented reality, but with motion capture. What it means that it will recognize the movements, so you can be stopped at all, or it won't work. It always was searching for motion capture. Okay, and this is how the Wii, the Nintendo Wii works, and also just like the how it's called. I don't know. I don't remember the name, but it's for PlayStation Moving. I think it's his name. It's the secret, and it's also developed with SDK programming. But the main thing is that the marker used on Kinect is your body. Why?
That's the thing you care about, right? With the
Yeah.
games? So that's the thing of interest?
It isn't alive. It isn't alive. So unless you make it, it doesn't recognize.
Oh, so you're the moving thing. That's a big thing.
So if you're playing and a dog goes on Kinect, it will recognize also.
Wow.
Yeah.
We saw that last night.
Yeah.
My dog kept running in front of it and it kept confusing the Kinect.
But as I've told you, our body is very, very symmetrical, just like the Vitruvian man that Leonardo da Vinci made. And it calculates also the symmetry of your body. So this is how the Kinect recognizes your body and all the things in your room, right? So, the point with my presentation today is augmented reality something that can be used with education? Now I ask for you.
Yes.
I hope so. I want it to
Yes
be.
or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes?
I think definitely. And actually, to elaborate on my yes, I was thinking about this actually ever since we did some stuff on Monday about how cool it would be to have, you know, let's say a book, and to be able to show and get additional information about whatever you're looking at. I thought of my nieces and nephews, how much they would really like it if, you know, they could show a picture of the letter A, and then it would show all these different shapes and stuff.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
I find that interesting. I mean, maybe it's the same as having the pictures actually on the book, but it's, you know, something different.
Ultimately, this will solve a lot of the problems with performance assessments, when we're trying to put people in situations that are too dangerous to have in reality. And augmented reality would give us that opportunity to do those kinds of performance assessments at the same level.
That's right. So next question, why if it's possible to work with augmented reality?
I don't have an answer to the why, but I just see that developing these kind of applications is going to require an expertise that a lot of people in education don't have yet. I mean, the bulk of educating is done by people that don't have this kind of experience. So, can it be used in education? Yes. There's probably a lot of different ways, but how do you train people to do this? Is this something that is a specialty now in IP&T, or I don't know?
Well, I'm sure that here they don't have this problem, but at Brazil there are very, very, very cool schools that can buy physical things to make circuits or anything else, or some bottles to make chemistry experience and so on. So I'm developing, and Mr. David knows, electronic laboratory, physical one, sorry, with augmented reality to these schools, because you know how much costs a paper?
Right.
A webcam. So more than a child can manipulate it, and it's very cheap for a whole school, and it's safe. It's safe. You don't have the risk of shocking or explosion or anything like that, right? So, last question today is, where can be applied?
It seems like you could use the programs anywhere you have a webcam and a computer, right?
Right. But we can use augmented reality just in schools.
Do it at home?
Yeah.
Just on home at school.
You can do it anywhere.
You could do it on a train.
When you're using it, does it require, is it using the internet link or is it just using your computer?
You can use in both of them.
Okay.
But if you wish to, you can just develop a program that will be on the computer.
For instance, the GE demonstrations that you showed us, those were just working on your computer?
Yeah.
Okay. It sounds like the development cost might be a little large. For instance, building the nice wind turbines and the action of the folding. So it's not something that you would turn over to a public school teacher and say, build something.
Oh no, actually no, because to develop something, such thing, it's very heavy in terms of graphical.
Yes. Of course,
process.
computers are going to get bigger and more powerful. So
Yes, but
soon
the
that
final
problem.
product, the very final,
Yeah.
the movie that takes is very, very soft. So
But just like there are developers toolkits now,
yeah,
there will be user toolkits that allow a person to come in and building on subroutines
yes,
that exist.
yes.
For instance, if I created a basic set of tools that allowed me to put a panel up on the video and then have a person come and manipulate the panel, that could be done, and it could, once it's done once for one panel, you'll have the basic tools to do it for another panel.
Oh,
And so you could create, I remember back in 1980, we created a simulation for a guided missile system where you had many panels that the person was operating. If we, because all the panels were quite similar, creating one panel capability in this kind of a system, we could have duplicated all of those panels, and we could have put the basic routines in the hands of some fairly low-level developers to build the actual simulation. So there will be a simulation toolkit developed for something like this, I think.
well, I'm not sure if it already exists, but it's not too hard to develop it, and that's the idea.
If I was Ben, I would build something where some words in a foreign language hung in the air, and I could play with the words, either games
Have you
or
seen the iPhone app that automatically translates it when you show it?
no.
I'll show that.
But does it show you the details of the translation step by step? Does it slow down the translation?
No, it's made for tourists. All they do is point it at it and it translates it.
Oh, okay. I was thinking in terms of
For teaching.
me playing with foreign language, experimenting with different verbs, different sequences of words.
I think a great use
Conjugations.
for this would be in teaching math. When you have to, factor something out or you need to substitute something in, it would be so easy to teach that and to be able to touch the math instead of
Yeah.
just thinking it. It
Yeah.
would be so much more helpful.
Yeah, just like equations.
Yeah.
It would also allow you to create design workspaces so that if a team of designers was working on something, they could create a diagram, as it were, simply by moving things into the diagram and then capture that. That would be fun.
Yeah.
We'll take one.
Now, you know how powerful is augmented reality. I hope I could be show you well. So another example and the last one. B&D have developed an augmented reality application, but with a special device, just like a glass with earphones, that shows the new employer how to fix a car. It works just like Google Goggles works. It takes a pattern, recognize it, and show what he must do with it.
I want one of these so I never have to take my car to a mechanic every day.
I thought the same. And notice that there is voice comment. He says next step to take step 4.